on YouTube Live so long. It feels weird. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna get up. Alright. Hey y'all, it's your girl Amari Niyanna, and we're back with another video. Today we are doing Bible study. And our topic is that it's not even really a topic, it's like kind of just gonna be like let's get back familiar with each other. We haven't talked in a while. I don't want you to feel pressured, I want you to feel comfortable. And I just want to show you a piece of my relationship with God and hope you join on your journey and start your following of Jesus Christ and believe in him as your savior. So the actual just what he gave me today to talk about was about the turtle and how the turtle may move slow, you know, has what seems like a longer journey, but it's not longer. It's just slower, you know, it's better paced. It's not the same journey as the rabbit. So I want to talk about that, but the turtle wins. Y'all know the turtle wins, right? Like the turtle wins, and yeah, I know y'all like probably why is this girl talking about a turtle? Well, because I got a turtle last week, and I never really understood about how slow turtles move until I got me a turtle. And when I say y'all, they move slow, I don't think that they just move slow on purpose. I think that they are thoughtful and observant of their surroundings, where they're going, and what path and what journey they're on. See, one thing I've noticed about having this turtle is that before it makes a decision, it checks its surroundings and makes sure the coast is clear before it comes out of its shell, before it comes out. And as Christians, that's one of the most important things to do in your journey with God. See, you're always going to have somewhere you want to go, something you want to do, somebody who you want to talk to. But are you checking in before you go talk to them people? Are you checking the surroundings before you step into a new atmosphere? You know, are you preparing yourself? See, I think turtles are proper thinkers. I was going to say overthinkers, but I think they're proper thinkers. I think they have a thought process where they think of, you know, different possibilities before they make decisions. And it may seem like a slow movement of timing to other people, but to the turtle, they have actually moved, you know, eliminated time that comes later throughout the journey. Because if you force yourself to have to think about these things later, you will think you're moving. You will think you're moving and be moving improper in the wrong direction. That's the only analogy I can come up with that would make sense, is why the rabbit and the turtle had the same race, the same path, and the rabbit was moving faster than the turtle, but the turtle still won at the end. Because of the rabbit's thought process and how they approach the race. You know, 3, 2, 1, go. Gone. Turtle's like, let me give it a second. Let me not waste all my breath here because I know how long the race is. Pace myself. Be prepared just in case something pops up throughout the race that I'm not prepared for. Obstacles, trials, tribulations. Rabbit just running. Not even seeing what's coming. Not even worried about what's behind it. Just running. No sense of direction. Not observant, not aware of his surroundings. Not saying rabbits are bad creatures. I have nothing against them. I'm just using it for the metaphor. But yeah, that's kind of what I got today for my topic. And I haven't really gotten a scripture yet. One thing about it is that when it comes to asking God to give you a scripture, I know, you know what, y'all? He did give me the scripture this morning. When I was doing my devotional this morning, he did. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It comes from Romans. Hold on. Because we got to find it. And those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Amari, a faith mentor, beauty industry, licensed cosmetologist, and about to get into the finance industry. Just a girl in her 20s, doing the best she can with her ability. So don't be scared to subscribe. We're all friends here. We all family. In the club, we all fam. Okay? I normally call my subscribers Lexi's, but if you got a name, Leo, I do remember you. I remember everybody. So, hey. Okay, y'all. Yeah, Romans. Thank you, B Walker. Trying to think. That was BJ. You remind me. I met a lady named BJ, but her name was BJ Woods. I don't forget names. I met a lady named BJ when I was at the airport for my 20th birthday. And I met her on the plane. I said, hey, we were sitting next to each other, and you know, on Southwest, they typically don't assign your seats. So when I got on the plane, I was one of the last people on the plane. And I was like, oh no, you know, all the seats are full. I know I got a ticket, but since our seats aren't assigned, I was like, where am I going to sit? So I check, you know, I go up and down the lines like one or three times. I'm like, I'm just making sure because I may be tripping, you know, maybe there is an open seat. And then I start, you know, asking people like, is there an open seat next to you? Is there an open seat next to you? Is there an open seat next to you? They're like, no, there's no open seat next to me. There's no open seat next to me. So then I finally got the flight attendants involved. I'm like, hey, I you know, I don't see an open seat. I was it supposed to be assigned? Am I in the wrong? What's going on? They were like, just wait a second. We're going to get this all figured out. Do y'all know that they had to pull out a whole clipboard and they went down the line of everybody's name? Like, okay, make sure you're here, all the way till they got to somebody who was on the standby list. And she knew she had messed up because she looked up like, this can't be. She looked up like, and when I tell y'all, she ran off the plane. And I end up sitting next to BJ. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like, really, thank you. I'm just, if I forget my thoughts, I will. But I end up sitting next to BJ, and she started talking to me, and I'm like, was I the only one was that crazy or was that crazy? She's like, yeah, that happens sometimes. It's just people, you know, they do the standby and they take people's seats. And we just got to talk, you know, it was like an hour flight or something. Me and BJ was talking, and you know, I found out that I believe she's the author, and she has a couple books out. I believe that what she was, but she definitely a YouTube channel as well. We told each other we was gonna subscribe to each other and just, you know, see each other's journeys. And I told her it was my birthday. She gave me a little birthday money. I'll never forget you, BJ. So if you see this, hey girl, you don't speak English? Me either sometimes. I don't. Who cares? I don't know how to turn subtitles on. I'm sorry. I mean, if you don't speak it, could you read it? I'm genuinely asking. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, has that ever happened to y'all though? Like, have y'all ever got on a plane and somebody was in your seat? Like, what do you do? What do you do if somebody is in your seat? Like, you're on a plane and somebody's in your seat. What you gonna do? One second. I'll send this message, guys, and then we'll get started here. I'm just letting a couple more people get in here. Brief second. Mm-hmm. Hey y'all, hey. What happened at work? Where do you work at? What happened? Tell me. I got 10 more minutes before I open the full call to everyone. So kind of how this works is I'll do an opening here just to get the YouTube live season, and then I do a group call with my community. And the call is about an hour via FaceTime on my other phone, and I kind of just go live for people who are unable to join the call. So I'm sending out the message, letting them know what we're gonna go over tonight right now. But what happened at work? I'm paying attention whenever you're ready. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And thank y'all for liking the live too. I really appreciate it. He spit in your face. You spazzed out. No charges. No lawsuit. What made him think it was okay to spit in your face? Like, was he like talking like I don't even see how somebody can spit in your face. Like that would upset me as well. Like I don't play about my face. You see my face? I don't play about my face. This is God's creation. It was a tortoise in the hair. Oh, I love it. So the topic is steady wins the race. Enduring faith in a fast-paced world. What y'all think? Okay, what do y'all think? I love that. That's cute. So, yes. Okay, okay, okay. I love that. All right, let me send a message real quick. You say you didn't want to do it. I just, yes, and I'm glad. I'm glad that you decided that you didn't want to do it. Honestly, you may need to pray for that man because whatever went through his head to make him think, oh, I'm gonna spit on her. I don't know, maybe her. I'm hoping, but yeah, oh, I'm gonna spit on her. Like it's probably something that's not of him to make him think that that was okay. And a lot of times you gotta watch out for things like that because you never know what's going through somebody's head. What they have going on. Like I remember watching a story, and it was a lady, and it was on TikTok, and she was a server, and she said she was at work, and her husband had told her to quit. It was gonna be her last day. She's working at Cheesecake Factory, um, and basically what she was saying was that she hadn't had, it was a very slow day. She got back to her manager like, can I go home early? Can I go home early? Because if you ever know about being a server, like when it's slow, you ain't making no money. You okay? Sorry. Yeah, when it's slow, you're not making any money. You're not making any money. Because servers aren't paid hourly, and if they are, it's like $2 an hour. We can make our money off tips. Well, I used to be a server. We make our money off tips. So, basically, she wasn't making any money hourly. It was slow, and she's just like, I want to go home because there's nothing to do and nobody really coming in. It's slow. I'm about to go. So finally, hey, she has like a six top table, and this one man sits at her six top table. And if you know, that pisses you off even more, because you like, this is a table meant for six people, and you as one person gonna decide to sit here. Why? Like, I got other tables available. Why you want to sit at this one? But it's like she can't even press him too bad because um she ain't had no tables. It's slow. Not much you can do. So she was like, you know what? Everybody else was like, he's giving weird vibes. He's weird. She's like, you know what? I'll take him. You know, whatever. Because I don't have no tables anywhere. I'll go ahead and take him. So she greeted him. She, she treated him sweet or whatever. She said she had one other coworker, that was a cool person that would treat people sweet. And um, she takes the table. She can tell, like, she could just feel heaviness from him. And she's one of the people that she's just nice to everybody who approaches her. Like, she's just that type of person, Doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what you got going on. She's still the same person. So she was just talking to him, getting as much as she can, and they're having a conversation. Yeah, and they're having a conversation. And he started talking about his family. Later, finally, like after an hour or two, he finally started opening up, start talking about his family, start talking about how he's going through this, going through that. Nobody really cares about him. I watched the story. I don't remember everything. And she was like, it just seems like, something is off about him. And finally, she started talking to him about God. And she later found out, like, after she clocked out from work, that he had a weapon. He had a gun. And they had to call up police on him after she left. Like, she felt like he had a weapon, but even when you come in the Cheesecake Factory, they ask you, like, do you have any weapons on you? Because you're not allowed to have them when you come in. And he had a weapon on him. And imagine, somebody who's, like, very emotional around you, they got a weapon on them. You're like, okay, So that's all I would say. Just be careful. Yes, always feel free to ask questions, guys. Always feel free to ask questions. I'll answer them. And don't mind my dog walking around behind me. She want to be in the topic so bad. I like this one. This right here is it. Romans 8:25. That's going to be the theme of tonight. You got a question? Did you lead a live? I'm answering questions, y'all. If anybody got a question, I'm answering them. I got 3 minutes until I open a call. And still, when I open a call, like, I'll answer the questions. I'm just saying. Okay, what's your question? What is your question? All right, let's do this. You say you got work tomorrow. Don't we all? Do you have a question though? Am I tripping? Is your question not coming through? Did you already ask it? Did you already ask your question? Because I don't see it. Did you already ask your question? I'm so confused. Ew. That's true. Okay. Well, see you later. I like this. Well, actually, I want to do it like this. What is it? What's Friday date? 5/16. Saved in the city. Yeah, saved in a city. If y'all are in Atlanta, there's an event called Saved in the City. And it's going to be a nice event. Okay, boom, good. I got everything in here except for this. Paste that. And then I'll just do this. Bye. I may get on live tomorrow. I'm going to start going live once a day again. I'm sorry I've been missing out. I've been going through a lot. But I'm back. And I'm back to stay. I am back to stay. I am back to stay. Uh-oh. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, yeah. I don't know where I thought the camera was going. Hey, Key. Hey, Bookie.
Hey.
You're so goofy. You're so goofy. Yeah, work.
Yes, ma'am.
There we go. I had to get my grape juice, because what?
Oh, what'd you make?
I didn't make it.
Oh, I'm all excited. I was about to say, I told y'all it was so good.
I need to get my juice. Hey, Gavin. I'm on YouTube Live. Hey, Gavin.
Oh, Gavin. Who's Gavin?
You know,
you on YouTube. Don't answer. It's okay.
Oh.
I was about to say, we have a Gavin in the chat?
No. I was
Where
supposed
have I
to do
been?
a men's Bible study too, but
Hi, Gavin.
I'm just not where I want to be with the women's chapter yet to open it. It's like I was thinking about this today. Like I really want us to have a social media. I want us to have a Instagram like for all our content and stuff. So I'm working on that. And then I'll do the men's side. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. It's been a great day. I'm happy to be here. I'll be back to YouTube after my break. Yes, this is interactive Bible study. I like that. Yep. We're gonna just chill. It's just gonna be an hour. We're chilling. Nothing too crazy. Hi, Dory. Gavin, guess what I got? A turtle. I didn't even give you time to guess. I'm sorry. But I got a turtle. Okay, we need more people. Is anybody else joining too? I know Anna said she was joining. Let me know what you think of the topic, Key, too.
Oh, when I get to read the topic?
Yeah. Dang, I wish it was a way for me to put the topic on here. Oops, I didn't mean to hit that button.
Is there a comment box where you could pin it?
Girl, that would be a long comment. Like the whole topic.
Oh.
The whole topic. Yeah.
Danielle said, can someone ring me?
Yes. At some point throughout the night, I'm gonna go get the turtle and show you. I haven't named a turtle because we don't know the gender of the turtle. Sorry. I really don't know the gender of the turtle. I'm pretty sure it's a girl though. I need to look it up. Like, how do you know the gender of a turtle?
It's some movie stuff. You picking up a turtle off the side of the road and keeping it as a pet.
I think my life is a movie. Like, it just is, you know. I have no doubt about it. I'm like the main character. I'm trying to figure out how to ring her. Why do I don't know how to do it right now? Don't you just hit the... How do you ring people? Can you ring her, Key?
Click on their name. Let me see. Hold on.
Like, normally it says ring next to it, right?
Yeah, just ring her. She should be in soon. I'm just ringing everybody. Maybe everybody's having the same issue.
Yeah, ring everybody for me. I couldn't even hit ring for them. Because you know what? This other phone didn't even ring. Maybe she did get it, but she seen your name and thought it was an individual call.
She got my number saved. Let me ring her again.
I'm saying, like, she thought it was individual outside of the Bible study. Because she said for Bible study FaceTime.
If it doesn't work, you might have to end it and start it again.
Let me just do that real quick, Key. She gotta lead a call. Kiana, lead a call. Key, lead a call. Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. Is it working now? Hey.
Danielle's in the chat. She has entered the chat.
There we go. Yeah, we do FaceTime. We don't do Zoom. I guess maybe because the cameras was on, it wasn't working.
Hey, Danielle.
Focus.
Hey, can y'all not hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you now. Hi. How are you
There's
doing?
like 30 people in the group chat.
Well, just finished washing my hair. About to cook some salmon bites and potatoes.
Oh, let me get a plate.
Same. I'm not hungry, but I'll save it for tomorrow. No, I'm not hungry. I'm really not hungry either, but I'm like, if I don't cook now, I'm not get hungry later. Michael, any?
Okay, we're gonna give them to 8:40. If not, we just gonna get started, y'all. Is everybody doing okay today? I feel like we haven't been on Bible study in forever. Low key.
You know, I just want to give a quick testimony. I had plans, so I was supposed to end up going on vacation Monday to Wednesday. I was supposed to fly back in today, but things just didn't go as planned, and I was like, you know what? I had gotten a word not to go, so I was like, you know what? Let me be obedient because of my job, because if y'all know me, y'all know I take time off every other day. Not literally, but almost literally. And I have a few more trips coming up for the rest of this summer. So I was like, you know what? what, let me stay. I'm actually transitioning positions as well and stuff like that. So I kind of just opened up my books to see if it would get filled, but I never really put it out on Instagram like, hey, I have availability. And so for the last 2 days, I kind of had like free time, no clients. I wasn't really stressing over it either, and went to bed last night, no clients, and I really wasn't anticipating on filling my books this morning. I just wanted to get up, clean my house, bring my car to get it washed, and take a shower, just, get ready for work, do my little routine. And then I had woken up and checked my business page, and a client that booked like at like 2 in the morning DM'd me a question about the service that she booked. And then I clicked on my booking site and I had like 2 clients, one at 10, one at 1:30. I just say that to say, like, I don't know, it just kind of caught me off guard because I had no intentions of, going out and trying to fill my books. But, God just allowed 2 clients to book, and it went from me making $0 to me making $400 today. But I don't know. I think it just caught me off guard because I'm like, thank you, God. Like, sometimes simple stuff like that, we might just push it aside and like take it for granted. But those are blessings that we should like really like stop and say, God, thank you,
Yeah.
Again, it wasn't something that I was trying to force. I wasn't even trying to work today, but God allowed me to make 0 to this amount. And I kind of, not every day is perfect, but there's times where I'm like, you know what, God, like, something might happen, or you might have a bill, or something might just come up and you're like, listen, God, I don't know how it's going to get paid. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm gonna trust you. And that's not this circumstance as of right now, but it's a scenario like that where I would say I don't put that stress on me. I just let God do him. And I don't know where the money be coming from sometimes, but it be just coming out of nowhere, where somehow that bill or whatever needs to be paid gets paid. So sometimes when we're not fixated, I think the message what I'm trying to bring across is sometimes when we're not fixated on trying to make the money or trying to do this or trying to do that, and we just let go and let God, and just focus on other things, God will kind of like surprise us in certain ways. So I'm gonna be quiet now. Yeah.
No, that was really good, Key. Like, I love that. Because that's definitely happened to me before too. You can go ahead, Danielle.
I was gonna say definitely will put things in place, for you if you're not worrying about it or stressing about it. Um, but I don't personally. I mean, I could think of a testimony, but I don't have one like in the back of my brain. But there's this girl on Instagram, and she just been on my heart like so heavy. Because before she was very like, I don't know if she actually had OnlyFans, but she was very like OnlyFans, like always naked, like just really, girl. I thought I was putting cinnamon on my fish. I was about to be so mad, but but it's obey season. But yeah, she was like always literally having naked, showing her butt all the time, like. It was really bad, and she just disappeared from social media for like 2-3 months. And she just came back on social media. And when I tell you this girl left in the world and came back a child of God, and I was like, I've seen it before. Like I've seen, on like TikTok, the people in their testimonies, and but I've never like witnessed it with somebody I personally know. Like I'm talking about in the world, like in it for real. Like she was really in it, and to see her like completely 360, I was like, I've never seen it in person before, and that was just amazing to me, and it just been on my heart so much. I'm like, I know you do it for me. I have my own testimonies, and I've seen you do things, but like to see you like change this girl like a whole 360, bro. I was like, that is amazing. Like I've never witnessed it firsthand. So yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the name. Who is this? Or is it somebody you know?
Yeah, a model that I used to met her used to do shoots together and stuff. Well, I met her doing a hair company shoot. But no, yeah, she the whole 360 like, and she didn't like she posted something. She was like, be careful when you're hungry because when you're hungry, you might mistake sex for love. When you're hungry, you might mistake alcohol for joy. Or you might mistake. I forgot she said a third one, and I was like, oh my god, like I just love that for her so bad. Like I just love that for her.
It's so true though.
Yeah. But that's it.
For those of you who just joined, we're just doing testimonies right now, or just something that happened this week that really opened your eyes on all the different things that God can do in our lives, or even people's lives around us. So if anybody else want to share, we're gonna do this till about 8:50. Somebody on YouTube said, yeah, hungry, angry, tired, lonely. At any one of those given moments, the best thing you can do is just to lean on God for His guidance. And I've been in all those different type of situations before, so I definitely can understand. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. But does anybody have any more testimonies to share? I love the ones y'all two just shared. Key was talking about how she was originally supposed to go out of town and she ended up staying home out of obedience to the Lord and her job or her starting a new position. And she ended up getting booked, two clients making $400 in one day. And Danielle was talking about how she literally got to witness a transition right in front of her face of somebody who used to, somebody she actually personally knew, who used to be Instagram model, OnlyFans, that type, and now is a child of God and has showed it on her social medias as well. Anybody else got any testimonies that they want to share today? Kira, Chrissy. Hey, y'all.
Hey, nope, not really.
Hey, girly.
Hey everyone, I'll pass.
Hey, Chrissy. You say you'll pass?
Yeah.
Okay. Anna, you good? She may just be listening today. While we're waiting on her response, did everybody get a chance to read over the topic for tonight? Let me know your thoughts, what you guys thinking.
I did. What is the topic tonight?
That's a good question. Let me read it for you. I'm gonna just read it out loud for everybody that way. And if y'all want to look at it at the same time,
I'm sorry.
who's
My
talking?
bad, Amari, for cutting you off. I just want to really quick say, hey everybody, I'm here. I'm Christmas in my room. Phone is in another room. But hi.
Hey, you got a testimony?
No testimony.
Okay. Okay.
God is good all the time. That's it.
All the time. All the time. Okay, we're going over the topic. I'm about to read it out loud and y'all can look over it together, send messages. But basically, the topic for tonight is steady wins the race and enduring faith in a fast paced world. And I got this topic from me recently actually getting a turtle on accident. I was walking Dory one morning, and during her walk with her and my mom, they seen a turtle, and they came back and they was like, "We just seen a turtle," and I actually didn't even believe them. I'm like, "Cause y'all, if y'all see where we live at, like, where is you getting a turtle from? Like where is it coming from? Just a turtle on the side of the road, like, where are you getting a turtle from?" So I've seen lizards, before, but I've never seen any turtles or any like reptiles like that. So I'm like, where is you getting the turtle from? So I go out there to look, and I'm like, I don't think it's no turtle out here for real. Lo and behold, it was a real turtle. We're not talking about no little baby turtle either. It's a good size, it's pretty big. And I look around, I'm like, I don't think. I don't think if it was me, I would just leave it outside, just leave it here. It's hot. I don't know what weather they're withheld to stand in, but it's pretty hot out there. It's pretty dangerous. It's right by the street. Cars coming back and forth. You may not be able to see it while you're driving. So picked it up. We brought it back home. We posted on the Nextdoor app, the Ring app. Nobody responded. One person didn't respond. They was like, "Well, if nobody is respond, what y'all gonna do with the turtle?" We like, "I guess we're gonna keep it." So we ended up keeping the turtle. We had it for almost like a week now. We've been feeding it butter, lettuce, and celery. But what really opened my eyes with this turtle is everybody knows that turtles move slow, but this is just things that I knew off of like what people said or movies. Like I never got to see it in person. I never got to with my own eyes be like, oh yeah, turtle moves slow. No, turtles move very, very slow. But the way it's a different type of slowness. It's like you can tell that they go through a process. They are actually like moving without moving. So like I can tell when the turtle is, getting ready to eat, that it's going through a process. Let me check my surroundings. Let me see what's going on around me. Let me see, how much is in my belly first. Let me do all these things before I attempt to do that thing. So I can check off some boxes and check in before I just go straight forward to do that thing. And I was watching this turtle. I'm like, so you do this process for everything you do. Like every task, you have this process. Like every task this turtle does, it goes through a process before it completes that task. And its timing seems slow, but once it actually gets to the point where it gets to do the process, it moves so fast. I see now why the turtle end up winning the race. Hey Tay, I see why the turtle end up winning the race because it's like once you took all that time in prep mode and you've done all the prep, once it gets to the actual task, there's nothing else that can stop you. You're ready to just get it done. You're ready just to get started. You've eliminated all the distractions. You know, you've you thought about everything that could possibly be thought about, covered everything that needed to be covered, prepped in the best way possible. So now all you gotta do is just do it. And it's like when you hearing about the story, you would never think of it like that. Like, oh, it took me really watching a turtle in person. So that's where I got the topic from. And y'all can let me know y'all thoughts before we actually get into the word, if y'all have any.
I don't have any thoughts, but I like it.
Love that. Anybody else? Okay, so let me ask y'all this question. In what areas of your life right now do you feel like you're the rabbit in this situation where you feel like you're rushing ahead without fully depending on God? And I know everybody has at least one area.
I feel like I'm rushing into trying to be an entrepreneur for real because this is like my third time trying it. I don't know. Deep down inside, I feel like it's for me because I didn't got real, I didn't got good at doing hair now. Like at first, like I was doing it so horrible. Well, I wouldn't even say horrible. I was doing it like okay, but like as I kept going on with it and I practiced more, a braider even hired me as her assistant or whatever. And I just feel like I'm just trying to rush up into it. And by me rushing into it, like it just, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of taking a toll on me because like I want it to happen right now and it haven't. And I don't know. I just feel like I'm trying to force it right now.
Okay. One thing I can say is that anytime I've ever tried to force something, aka like do it, just try to do it like all on my own, God has showed me why it's not gonna work that way. And I say this to say that I didn't really fully comprehend that I was trying to do it on my own while I was in the midst of doing it. It wasn't until I took a step back, not even fully left it, but just took maybe a chill or a break, and I had to look at it from a different perspective and be like, you are trying to do it all on your own. You know, you're moving fast, you're not moving properly, you're not moving efficiently, and there's some things that you could have prevented throughout the journey if you had looked at this like this, or if you had to prep this, or even if you had to ask this person this because they went through it before. They've done it before. One thing I would say about that is don't be scared to ask the people around you who've already made the mistakes that you don't want to make. And another thing I would say is you won't know what you don't ask.
You said don't be scared to ask the people around you what?
Who've already made the mistakes that you don't want to make. A lot of times we see people who make mistakes and we're like, I don't even want to ask them because I know they made a mistake. No, you do want to ask them. You do. You know, you do want to ask them. You want to ask the people who've already made the mistakes. Because they're going to be the ones to tell you what not to do or what led them to make that mistake. See, we want to typically in this, I know this because I was there. I used to go after the people who look big on Instagram, who look like they got a lot of money, you know, who got it off, just make it look good. Not the people who are seen every day really showing up, like really showing up, showing their craft, showing their real journey, showing the actual work. I went after the people who were showing the aesthetics. And I realized, like, later in the industry, like, that's not the people I need to be asking for. It just didn't work for me. It may work for other people, but it just didn't work for me. Because they didn't have the answers to the questions that I needed to ask. I couldn't go on their page and see, oh, they made this mistake, or they went through this, or how to go through this, you know? And even if I can't go on your page and see something, I'm the type, I will DM you, you know? I will DM you, like, hey, what do you do when you do this? And sometimes they didn't have the answers. But then I would go to somebody who was like, who may have had like 2,000 followers, or who, you know, posted a lot, but posted more of their craft. And then I'll ask them, and they do have the answer. And that one question set me like 30 days further than what I've been doing for the last 2 years. So I would just say that would be my advice to give in that situation. Like, try to ask different people, because a lot of times it's not what you're doing, it's who you're around and who you're asking the questions about, just about different, you know, things you want to do. But I've seen some of your work, and I know that you can definitely become a beast in the hair industry. And I know we talked about, you know, the other things too. We're going to talk more about it. I just think we got to get it more structured. So we'll talk more about it. I got to get more questions from you.
Okay.
Y'all need me to ask the question again?
Yes.
Okay. And what areas of your life do you feel like the rabbit, which means like rushing ahead without fully depending on God?
Are we supposed to answer the question?
Mm-hmm.
I would say for me, I'm very stressed right now. And when I'm stressed, like, it's very hard for me to do the goals I need. And unfortunately, my stress isn't because of me. Like, I graduated and got my master's, and they forgot to tell us that we had 2 more classes to take. So because of their, like, mistake, I had to, I have to take 2 classes in 10 days. And so they're giving us enough work for 4 months that I have to do in 10 days. And so all the goals that I did some of them, but the goals that I really wanted to do for myself, like, I couldn't do. And so, or I'm having trouble doing because my stress is so high. So I think for me, I would say the rabbit, like what I've just been, is just trying not to be stressed in like very hard situations. So I think that's for me, because when I'm stressed, like, I don't eat right, I don't do right. And so it's been very frustrating. So I think that's mine, just like stress. And when I'm stressed, like the goals and stuff on me doing better and getting close to God. Obviously, I still pray and do what I need to do, but the time I need to do it or just feel
I can't really do it the way I want to do it because of how high my stress is and like how I be ready to crash out and I can't. So yeah.
And one thing I want to tell you, and this is probably going to sound so crazy, but you actually can crash out. And not in like a crazy way, but there's like proper ways to like crash out. There's certain situations where it's needed, where it's necessary, you know, where sometimes you do just have to do it because you'll realize, okay, once you get it out the way, now you can lock in and get what you need to get done, you know. And I say this to say this because of it depends on how you did your self-study. Y'all know I talk about self-study all the time, but I want to go just a little bit deeper into it. So that right there is like a, to me, would be like a big situation. And the best way for me to handle it would to be to look back on when all the small situations that happened back then, how did I handle those? When I got that type of news, how did I react? What did I do and where did it lead me? And I would have to go back to, the personal documents that I did of myself and see how did I react and where did it lead me to? The timing, the energy I put towards this and that. What did I do? Because it's so important. The only reason I tell y'all to study yourself so important because it's important when you get to a big situation like that. It's the same thing when you're in a relationship and you're in the beginning and you're documenting all the little red flags. Because if you skip past those, you're gonna get big red flags later. Another thing I learned from relationships. So I say this to say there's a certain way when you go through things like this. How am I gonna handle it? How do you react when you get that news? What is your thought process? What's the first thing that you think? Because if you approach it negatively, if you already say I can't do it, not saying you said this, just giving examples. I can't do it. It's too much. I don't have it. You got to change it. It all starts with you and how you react to it. Because God is there. God won't put you through nothing you can't handle. And another thing God has provided with you as well is a community of people who will help you. People who around you who can help you out. Like there's just different ways he'll give you to go about it, but that's not always gonna be our first thought. That's not gonna be the first thing that comes to our head. Sometimes we do need to crash out first so that then we can go into those thoughts and get there like, okay, now that I've got my little reliever out the way, let me come up with some ways that I can get through this. Because I got 10 days and this day number one. And for me, that's probably what the first thing I would have did. I would have did my positive. Somebody just called it a positive crash out. I would have did that first. What is a positive crash out for me? I go in my closet and I scream. I just do. I don't know. It works. Or I get in my car and me and Doria go. We'll go drive with the windows down, sunroof open, let the wind just go. Nobody can hear you. Nobody can see you. Those are my positive crash outs. You have to find your positive crash out. It took me a while to find mine. It took me going through different things to figure out what it was going to be. I had to figure out what it was because I had to realize I'm not going to stop going through things because I'm not going to stop living, you know? So let me try to get ahead. Not where I'm moving too fast, but where I know I have some way to assess the situation to where I can understand why God has me go through these things and approach them with a different approach. Now, after I do that, let me go to the people He sent me that I'm comfortable with talking with and see what advice they have to give in. And it may be your ChatGPT. It may not always be a physical person. It may not be. But whatever it is, you ought to know it. You ought to have prepared yourself. And if you do feel like you're not prepared, ask God to prepare you within that moment. Ask God to give you the strength within the time frame. Ask God to send you some people to help you. You may have to sacrifice something for the next couple days. Ask God to remove the fear of the sacrifice. That's all I really got for that. If anybody else has anything y'all want to add in, because I know some of y'all are also in college, so y'all may be able to get better advice than me.
Thank you. No, it's not even. I appreciate it. It's not like I don't, because I mean I've been in school all year,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just me and like my own stuff. Like it's not even just like I have like actual learning disabilities. So it's like 10 times harder for me. So I do pray and like do the things that I can do. But I do like the positive crash out. I'm gonna take that advice. And just use it to better. Cause I do agree, like cause I went to reset today at my church and she was just talking about just doing it, like, you know what you gotta do, you know, the things you like you just gotta do it. Like it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna like you just generally sometimes life just have to do it, even if it's unfair, even if it's ridiculous. You just gotta keep going. So thank you.
You're welcome, girl. Anybody else for the question y'all need me to answer it again?
For myself, I would probably say um moving like moving too quickly without like asking God first. I feel like the last like 2 weeks I've been extremely busy. And I've just been like accepting plans, accepting invites, accepting like, you know, stuff and not like talking to God first or like asking him, is this actually what you want me to be putting my energy into? It is actually what you want me to be doing right now. So yeah, I feel like these last 2 weeks I've definitely been taking control and not letting him have all the control.
Okay. So how are you gonna get back in control?
Or to get him back in control, I've been trying to intentionally um, make sure I give the same amount of time as I was before in prayer, and um, just surrendering to him like every since I am aware of it now, because I feel like sometimes when we get so like in the thick of life, we kind of like don't even try to take control, but it happens. But now since I see that I have like fell into that cycle, I'm just like asking him, you know, to help me give the control back to him and just surrendering it to him at this point.
That's good. I love that. Surrendering it. Yeah. You know, you just answered your own question. So now all you gotta do is, like Kayla said, just do it. Do the advice you just gave. And I'm pretty sure you may have been saying it for you, but somebody else on the call needs it as well. Okay, one more. In what areas of your life do you feel like the rabbit rushing ahead without fully depending on God? So far, we have, you know, feeling forced to do things, being stressed, or moving too quickly. So, what's one more area? Anybody can answer, y'all. Hey, Netta, don't just sneak in here, girl. Hey, girl, we fam. Don't play. She's still in here.
Hey, there's a lot going on. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you good. I just missed y'all. I gotta speak to everybody while I got y'all. Nobody got nothing for me? No other area where you feel like the rabbit rushing without fully depending on God?
I say when I'm busy, like when I feel like I'm like, is that what you said already?
No, go ahead. Keep going. Let me just hear
Oh,
what you're going to say.
yeah. I feel like when I have too much, like now, like I feel like I just got too much to do. Like I feel like I can't. I don't even have time to just, you know, I don't know, busyness, I guess, or telling yourself that you're busy, or really, you know. Uh,
Just feeling busy. You feel
but what
like.
area? That's why I'm like, that's not really an area though. So I'm trying to.
I mean, it is an area of life. I feel like it goes
Area
with,
of my life.
to me, I would say it goes with the organization.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that sense of when you feel too busy, but you're not really busy, comes from just simply being disorganized. And I say this from somebody who suffers from it, who understands it. that a lot of times I'm feeling over busy because I'm simply disorganized. Sometimes I'll have to cram tasks, later in the day or at a different time of the day when I had time earlier in the day, but I just didn't think to spend it at that time because I hadn't prepped the night before or even 2 days before to be able to do that. So when I say disorganized, it's not even just a one-time thing. It's sometimes things you could have done ahead of time to prep you. And it goes back to even the topic of today of how your thought process of how you look at situations and how steady you are throughout that, having a turtle-like mindset, like how you think of how you can do something before you actually do it to prep yourself from it so that when you do get to it, you don't feel like I'm too busy. You're able to do every task that you want to do thoroughly. You're able to endure them. You're able to actually enjoy them, enjoy life. You feel more peaceful.
And I was gonna say too, that I feel like, well, I late like the last 2 weeks with me going on my journey, I do feel like, I mean, obviously that's a tactic of like the devil, because obviously the devil know that he can't like make us stop praying. So I feel like for me personally, I feel like he made me extremely busy to decrease my prayer life. Like I'll pray, instead of me praying like really sitting down for 30 minutes, I was praying for like 3 minutes, like stuff like that. And he put, and I'm not saying like the devil making you busy, but I mean he could be, but I'm just like, I feel like that's some things is like small tactics that we don't pay attention to that the devil use to like slowly take us away from God. Because I'm sure, because you've been super busy, I'm sure you probably haven't been like been, I mean, you probably have, but like me, when I was super busy, I couldn't pray how I usually, do. I couldn't like spend time with God or even just sit down and be quiet and listen to his voice like I was before, because my mind was on 20 different things. So I think that is a tactic that he used.
Yeah, and I agree. Um, yep, and it still goes back to what we were saying earlier of, studying. Because not only do you have to study yourself, the same way the devil studies us, you need to study the tactics that he tries to use on you as well. So that there can be some type of, pop in your head like, hey, this is what's going on. Let me go ahead and get down and pray right now because I see what's going on. So I was able to click, because a lot of times while you're in it, you don't see it until you come out a little bit. You like, dang, it's been like that for the past week or like the week or two, and I didn't even notice. That's exactly how the devil works.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead, Anna.
I was gonna say that he uses the same trick, so y'all just have to, well, not y'all, but I'm gonna just say just in general, we have to pay attention to the things that we found ourselves doing to pull us away from God, because it's going to be the same thing every time. It's never going to be different. Because that's how he keeps us in a cycle, by using the same thing. And then it's like, once we go to the next level, then it's like, okay, now I got to figure out what other way I can try to trick her. So the best thing to do, like, because I know for a while, when I was in the world, the enemy used to trick me with men, bringing different type of men in my life. Knowing I knew these men weren't for me, he still did it. Now it's like, okay, I passed that. He's like, yeah, I need some more potatoes. Now that I've passed that, it's like now he's trying to trick me with some things that affected me when I was, 2 years ago. Or like try to mess with me with intrusive thoughts. And it's like, okay, now that I'm passing that, he's gonna try something different. So we just gotta keep, that's why we have to keep all eyes and ears open and guard our minds and our hearts, and just keep our minds and hearts fixed on God, so that way that any time the enemy try to pop up, we know, okay, this is what he's trying, because he tried this last time. let me defeat him, you know. So.
That's good, Anna. That's so true. Okay, if nobody has anything else they want to add, I'm going to do a prayer and then we're going to go into Romans. Does anybody have any prayer requests before we go into the word real quick?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pray for myself and my family
Okay.
and friends.
Will do. Anybody else?
I would like to get prayer for my dad. I know I have put in a chat about specifically one thing, but this thing is his foot is like swollen.
Okay.
He has like nerve damage in his foot, but the thing about it, the Lord told me that he has a lot of opportunities in Georgia, and the enemy is trying to, stop him pretty much, and it's a test, and he has to pass the test. So I just ask that God just helps him to stay strong and stay faithful, and to just understand that this too shall pass. Because God has told me so many things about the things. I mean, so many things that my dad is like coming across when we move. So just wanted to add that prayer request, as well as just helping me to stay focused, because I found finding myself like I just said that we fall into the same kind of enemy by scrolling on social media again and being consistent with my podcast, because I haven't did an episode in like over a month, and I feel like the reason why I don't want to film is really not an excuse, because I did it for a whole year last year. It's just that when it comes around, don't go that. When it comes around the time to get ready to film, I'm just like, I don't feel like doing it. So I'm just asking for the strength to just keep doing it and just going back. Don't go that way. And going back to just really doing it and staying focused, because I know this is something that God wants me to do. And then the last thing, sorry, is to, I'm not telling you this much. Also, the last thing, to make sure I just completely just stay consistent in this weight loss journey. I've been really consistent so far, but, I feel as though, well, not I feel, but I know that the enemy is trying to put these thoughts in my head about me, like trying to put laziness over me and not wanting to, just really, not really focusing on the journey, and more so focusing on the end result. So I would say, in a way, I do feel like a rabbit, because I'm trying to rush this journey with losing weight, because it actually took time for me to put it on. Not only I had a baby, but I also added extra weight after the baby. So just to really keep focused on it, because I do have family members that have talked a lot of bad things about me not losing weight and getting bigger and bigger, and it's very hurtful. But I'm trying to use it as ammo to push myself more, but it's really challenging. So just want prayer for all of those.
Okay, will do. Anybody else?
And I want to add.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, she can go first.
I think I need prayer just to be consistent with my walk with Christ. I feel like I need to be more dedicated than how I have been. There's and then also just me working on me, trying to kill the flesh crucifying the flesh and be more of him, right? And what he wants me to do. And that also includes having just negative thoughts, you know. Yeah. So, and just to keep reminding myself that I'm living in a promise or in promises that was a few years ago. So the way that I'm in right now, I just need to be more patient. So I guess I'm asking, for prayer, for us to come in agreement for me to be more patient and know that this is his plan, this is his word for me, and to forget the seen and just remember that he's working on the unseen. So yeah, that's for me.
Will do, will do. Okay, I think Kira, you had something else.
Yeah, I just want to pray that like I get like bitterness out my heart because lately I have been a bitter female about situations that I know I shouldn't be bitter about, but it has happened. So I just want to play that out here.
Okay, definitely will. Does anybody else have requests before I make everybody bow your heads?
I would say my myself and my mother's health, and just also my mindset. I've been noticing like negative thoughts creeping back in gradually, so I just want to like nip it in the bud before it even starts back.
Same with me and my dad. So literally the same thing. Thank you for saying that.
Okay, I got you guys. Is there anyone else?
I would say me and my mental health.
Okay.
For me, I would say just pray over like my mind and consistency. To stay away from like distractions and kind of just focus on myself and my relationship with God first and foremost.
Will do. Um, I don't know. I wanted us to get into the word tonight, but it's been a while since we did this. So I do kind of just want to turn on some anointed music and I will start the prayer and you guys can just, join in if you feel comfortable. If not, I just want us to have like a kind of like a worship night. Um where we just take this time to thank God and really as a group, as a community, talk to him in an anointed space. So I'm gonna turn on some anointing music and I'm just going to do a big prayer to cover our group because in a way I heard all of you individually and I in a way heard the same thing. You know, it was a lot of mental, it was family, it was health problems. It was a lot that people all around are dealing with right now. And if there's one way to deal with a situation is to pray. And it's good to pray individually, but when you have a group of prayer warriors together and they're able to cover each other and they're all vulnerable, they're all here for the same purpose, it just hits different. It just does. So I want us to have that for tonight. I want us to have that space. I want to create it for you guys. I know you may have not said it out loud, but some of you have said lately you haven't been able to get there. You haven't been able to feel like you or there spend that time. So I want to give us that time tonight to be able to spend it. If you have to go, you have to go. That's fine. You know, there it's no time limit set on it tonight. It's just whatever the Holy Spirit calls of us. And y'all let me know if this is okay with y'all.
Yeah,
I'm cool. I just wanted to add something for the ones that's struggling with like mental health and like negative thoughts and everything like that. There's a scripture that I in the chat that I use to help me out as well. And then also just meditating on, those specific scriptures because the mind is the battlefield, and once your mind, and once you have your mind, you have your soul. So just really just be stronger and like going to scripture and like fighting those thoughts with scripture and casting the enemy out. So
I'm gonna play it on my TV. Let's see if my TV is not even on. Good night, you guys. Let me end this.